Hello again. My name is Erin Osborne. I'm a writer and an educator, and I am the instructor for Streamline Writing Classes. Those are synchronous live writing classes that we teach with other students, and they're a little bit different from other writing classes you might find online because they're not recorded; they're live. So if you've done our first video, we did one video before this for free writing. If by the end of the three, this is the second, there'll be a third. If by the end of the three, you're pretty engaged and you want to learn more about the writing process and your strengths as a writer, come on over and see us at Streamline Writing Classes, streamlinewritingclasses.com. Okay, so before we get started with our new free write for today, our new focused free write exercise, I'm going to remind you of the rules of free writing. The first rule is you want to use tools that you're comfortable with. So if you're comfortable with pen and paper, use that. If you're comfortable with a device, use that. And I'll say it again, I'll caution you though, if while you're typing something, you have a tendency to want to edit while you're typing, you don't want to use a device because the idea is to just keep going and not worry about punctuation or anything like that. So if you are a typer / editor as you go, you might not want to use a laptop, but hey, you can make your own choices. I believe in you. Okay, the third rule of, oh man, the second or the third, the next rule of free writing is that if you find yourself, if you found that you have exhausted whatever is in your mind about the focused free write that you started with, the subject that you started with, if you've exhausted that before your timer has gone out, keep the pen or the movement going. Keep it going. Just even if you're writing blah, 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 or typing some kind of gobbledygook, you always want to keep it going because usually after that kind of silence or emptiness, there's something that's going to come out. And so you want to keep that primed and going. Okay. The next rule of free writing is that if you are on a roll, you keep going. Keep going. Even if the timer goes off, this is what free writing is designed to do, to keep you going, to keep you engaged and interested in the subject that you're writing about. Okay. So those are the rules of free writing. Today, we are going to do, or right now, we are going to do a free write using objects. The first video was kind of using phrases and descriptive words and situations, just kind of given to you, and then you were to write about those different things. But today we're going to use objects, and we're going to use your objects from your home. Okay. Now, I want you to think about the objects that you go and collect in your home. You're going to go find 5 objects. I don't want you to think about them too much, but I also don't want you to just go grab 5 things off your kitchen counter. Like, that's not going to work. To give you an example, I'll show you what I went around my house and chose. Okay. So I chose my kid's little stuffed kitten. Don't get a real cat. Don't choose your real cat. And you want to get things that you can hold in 1 or 2 hands. Okay, you don't want to grab huge things. So I've got my kids' stuffed cat that they had for a long time since they were little. Okay, very cute. I have this soap container, has a brand name on the front, so I'm not gonna like say what it is or show that, but this is a soap container and there's soap in it. And this was a gift. Okay. I found this picture frame that I bought, I think I bought it when I was a teenager, and I've never put a picture in it. And I don't know why. Okay. There's that. There's this little headband, which was part of a costume that my kid had on. They were in a musical. And so they had this, and I can't remember the name of the musical off the top of my head. Okay. And then I have this this bottle, this travel bottle that still has gel in it. and it's kind of gross because I haven't I haven't used this bottle in like a year and a half, and it's part of a travel set that I used to bring with me to my low residency program, my MFA low residency program when I had to travel there. Okay, so those are my 5 items. I didn't like purposely seek out things, but when I saw things, I was like, oh yeah, okay, I'll use that. Oh yeah, I remember that. Okay, yeah, I'll use that. I was somewhat drawn to them. So pause the video, go find 5 objects that you can hold in your hands. All right, I'll wait for you until you get back. Oh, you're back. Great. Okay, so you have your 5 objects in front of you, right? And now I want you to choose, of the 5, I want you to choose 3 that are especially either intriguing or emotionally not loaded, but that you have an emotional reaction to. And when I say emotional, I don't mean like hysterical. I just mean you have a pull towards them. So I'm going to choose my 3. You don't have to tell me what they are. I'm going to choose my 3. Okay. I've got my 3. Now that doesn't mean that the other 2 you can't write about, obviously. You can do whatever you want, but we want to, and maybe writing about the things that you are more drawn to emotionally will open up a little more possibility for the other 2 things that maybe you think more intellectually about. I don't know. We'll see. It doesn't mean they're off the table. It means you can get to them later. But first, we're going to start with these more emotionally tied objects. Okay. Now, before we free write, it's always a good idea to sort of center yourself. So we're going to do a little bit of a centering exercise. Like I said in the first video, it's not weird. It doesn't take a lot of time. It's very simple. You just close your eyes and we're going to breathe in through the nose and out through the mouth 3 times. Okay. In through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth, in through the nose, out through the mouth. Okay. Now we're a little more seated. We're a little more calm. And we're going to take our first object, one of the 3, and we're just going to spend a little time with it before we do anything. We're just going to kind of look at it. Okay. Hold it, turn it over in your hands maybe. Maybe it has a certain texture that you like. Maybe it reminds you of something, a person, a place. Maybe it reminds you of a time in your life. Okay. And when you feel ready, when you feel like you have a place to start, not a whole story, just a place to start, I want you to set the object aside, get your materials, either your pen and paper or your computer, and your timer. Start your timer for 7 minutes, and I want you to just write for 7 minutes about the object. Okay, now, if after, that's the first way to go about it. If after you've spent some time with it and you're kind of just like not understanding and you're kind of like, what, I don't understand what you're saying, Erin, like nothing's happening, nothing's going with me, that's fine too. So what I would invite you to do then is keep your object, but just start describing it, just saying what it is. This is my kid's stuffed cat. And it was white and now it's dirty. And its whiskers look like maybe they were chewed on. And it has blue eyes. And do you see where I'm going? And so you would start your timer and then just start describing. So do that with your first object, 7 minutes. Then repeat the process for the second and third objects. Remember, spending time with the object. And then when you feel ready, start writing with that timer. And then the process continues to the last object. You can pause the video and then I'll be back. I'll be here when you come back. Okay, go ahead. Okay, I hope that was good. I hope you got some paragraphs or some pages. Maybe the object actually was able to sort of knock loose some memories that you didn't remember that you had. Maybe some ideas that you didn't know. I don't know. For some reason, like I see this and I want to write about space. I don't know. That's the wonderful thing, though, about free writing is sometimes you don't even know what's going to happen. I hope you enjoyed this video. Like I said, if you are interested in, if you are becoming more engaged with the idea of writing and concentrating on your own work, come on over to streamlinewritingclasses.com and, book a class. All right. Remember, narratives are important. They're powerful. And the world needs yours. Thanks for watching, everybody. Okay.